Hello everyone, this is Express Collector speaking, and I welcome you all to my 50 subscriber Q&A video. I put out a tweet a few weeks ago that said, if I get to 50 subs, I'll do a Q&A, and you guys smashed the subscribe button. And we're past 50, so guess what? It's time to do such Q&A. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. I do have all the questions pulled up, so here we go. Question number 1 is, can I ask more than one question? It was asked by, if you asked a question, I'll put your username on screen. But this one is, can I ask more than one question? Yes, you can ask more than one question. You could ask more than one question, but it's your choice. Next question is, do you have plans to replace your current engines with newer ones? I don't like this is just me, but I don't like the word replace. Like, I just don't like words that have, like, negative feeling like that. But if I plan on getting more, yeah, at the moment I do have plans to do that, because I have an Edward that doesn't run, I have 2 Henrys that don't run, I have a Gordon that doesn't run, I have a James that barely runs, I don't even have a Percy or Toby. I have a bunch of Thomases that don't run, and I have one that does, so I definitely do have plans at the moment to get more engines that run. And I definitely will get into getting more engines because I need more characters for my series. Plain and simple. Now that's a good question. Question number 3. Is Gordon actually your favorite character? I actually decided this question and a few others should go grouped together, but I'll introduce those right now. He's one of my favorite characters. He was my childhood favorite character, so that answers it. And then question number 4 is, who are your favorite characters? Or it's who is your favorite character, but I phrase it as characters because I am a very indecisive person. I don't like making decisions, but I have to. So I think my 3 favorite characters would have to be Gordon, Stepney, and Douglas. I mean, I'll explain Gordon as to why in a bit, but I really like Stepney. I don't know why. His design is just really good. He's like a good-natured character. And then Douglas is just, he's like brave and everything. I like how they actually made the effort in season 3 to distinguish Donald from Douglas. Donald is more of like your class clown kind of, from what I could tell, because he did have a prank war with Duck pretty much. And then Douglas is more the brave one, even because he went to the other railway and saved Oliver and all that. But that's a whole other story. Question 5. Do you like Gordon? If so, why? Well, here's why I like Gordon. As a kid, I liked him because he was big, and he was blue, and he was fast, and big, and proud, and all that. You know, just basically plug the O to Gordon in here, and we can call it a day. But, like, as I grew up, I realized he has so much potential. Like, he's just so arrogant and so cocky that, like, it just comes back to get him, and those episodes are just great. So that would probably be my answer to that. I mean, he has a lot of potential for character growth. Alright, next question is, if I can find it, here we are. Best CGI character. That's a tough question because I haven't seen all the CGI era, but I do have a couple of characters I really like from CGI. Ryan is a nice CGI character. I mean, I like the fact that he's a bit of a pushover, which means, like, he doesn't like to disappoint people, but that he's so, like, he has a big heart and all that, and I really like that. Steven and Glenn are also really good characters. I mean, they're hilarious. Just watch Over the Hill. And then if I had to pick one character I like from the new era, the Big World, Big Adventures, for me, it's gotta be Rebecca, because, I mean, people, yes, I know she gets a lot of hate, and then there's evil people who will say that she is quote-unquote girl Henry, but I just see her character with so much potential. It's like Thomas when he was like season 1 Thomas, mixed with like being really caring and being like that like typical best friend kind of vibe. So that's why. Next question, your favorite season 4 character. Ooh, that's a tough, but I have 3. I have Stepney, as I already mentioned. I have Class 40, who is just hilarious. Like, I could honestly, if he was a person, I could already see him, like, bow tie, like, a big suit, a trench coat, and all that. and then he like gets sick from like eating at the restaurant. That's kind of what I see him as. And then Scruffy is also a great character from season 4. If you don't listen to his voice by George Carlin, I mean, what are you doing? Like, he's just voiced so well. Like, his voice in the US dub adds so much to his character. Alright, so here we go. Next question. Least favorite small railway engine. I couldn't really distinguish what this question said on the tweet, but I assume this is what you meant. I don't have a least favorite. I like them all equally. They're all good characters. They're all somewhat similar, but somewhat different. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Okay, next question is, what is your favorite era of the show? That's tough, but I grew up in the hit era, so my standards were really, really low. But my favorite era is the classic era, no doubt. I mean, just the, like, I grew up on the hit era, but I went back and watched the classic era, like the whole thing, well, most of it, eventually, and that's just the era that I stick with. Now, I will address my favorite season later in the Q&A, but that's a whole other thing. Next question is, what's your favorite book from the Railway series? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read every book. I've only read, I think I've read 10 of the books, because I checked out 7 from a library once, and the other 3 I found online. Oh, and I got 1 story read to me by a friend. I think Enterprising Engines is my favorite book. I mean, it's got some memorable stories. I mean, Super Rescue, what else? I mean, that was a good book. Of the Chris Audrey books, I've only read Really Useful Engines, and that book was alright. So, yeah. Also, excuse the voice crack. Next question. Here we go. What is your favorite season? Now, I'm going to go off on a limb here and say that Season 3 is my favorite season. I know I'm going to get all the Season 4 and all the Season 5 fanboys coming at me, but let me explain. I really like Season 3 because we actually get to develop all the characters that we already know. Like, we get to see them all in one way or another. It has some really memorable episodes and some episodes that are absolutely hilarious. Thomas Percy the Dragon is kind of funny. Donald Duck is hilarious. Buzz, another good one. And then we have some episodes that are like really heartfelt and like that have like meaning, like Escape and All at Sea. Really good episodes. But let me explain why Season 4 and Season 5 aren't my favorite. Season 4 is probably because I'm not such a big fan of the narrow gauge. I'm just gonna say it. They're nice characters, and they have some nice story arcs, but some of them just non-existent characters. I mean, Duke, he doesn't really have much of a character except for he's old, and he's like wise, but that's it. And then Rhaenys is more like a ghost than anything. I mean, you could have just switched him with Proteus and nothing would have been any different. And then Season 5, it's really promising at the start. But then there's just some episodes that are just really forgettable for me. Make Someone Happy. The one about the good luck package. You see, that one's so forgettable I forgot what the title is. But yeah, my favorite season is Season 3, with 4 and 5 coming in a close second. Favorite episode of the show is the next question. I have 3, because I can't pick on one. My childhood favorite was Gordon Takes a Tumble, no doubt. I mean, that episode for me was just great. It was one of the first ones I saw, and it's immediately just stayed in my head. Funny thing is, I thought Gordon Takes a Dip would be good, if not better. Man, how disappointed I was. Then we have, what is it? Donald and Douglas, another really good episode. I don't know why that one sticks in my head so much, but that's one of my favorites just because the way the characters are introduced, the accidents are pretty interesting, stuff like that. And then the third, this is the most controversial choice, but Rusty to the Rescue is one of my favorite episodes. I can't explain it. The visuals are really good. The story, yeah, maybe it doesn't make sense in places, but the dialogue is good. And then the night shots, especially this shot right here that I'm going to put on screen, that shot is probably one of my favorite shots in the whole series. It's so good. It's my computer wallpaper. Yeah. And, I mean, we're introduced to Stepney, so What else could you wish for? So those are my 3 favorite episodes. I will probably do reactions to some of my favorites and some of my least favorites eventually, but we'll get there. Next question. Favorite Thomas film that other fans hate? That is a good question. I don't like Misty Island. I don't like Day of the Diesels. What's another one fans hate? I'm trying to think. I don't really like Calling All Engines. I know a lot of fans don't hate that one, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think for me it has to be Magic Railroad. I grew up on Magic Railroad. That was like one of the first Thomas DVDs I ever had. I'd watch that movie all the time. So I think that one would probably have to be one film. I really like it. I will admit some of the voices aren't good. Some of them are good. Some of the human characters are pretty lifeless. Some of them are really good. So I will definitely be doing a bunch of Magic Railroad related videos eventually, but it's my favorite movie that others hate. Now this was an interesting question, and this one took a lot of thinking. What are some underrated episodes? You see, that one was tough. I actually had to make some notes here next to the question so that I would actually be able to answer this one. I think Fish from season 4 is a really underrated episode. I mean, I don't know why I never hear people talking about it. It's really good. I mean, the visuals are great. The story is basic, but it works really well. I mean, that's a good one. What's another underrated one? Edward the Really Useful Engine from season 6 is very underrated. It's like Edward's Exploit, or like Edward Saves the Day or something like that, but it's just way better because he's pushing 2 trains instead of 1, and like the build-up is really good. Now I'm gonna go into, I'm trying to think what other episodes are very underrated. All Let's See, I think, is very underrated. I don't really hear fans talk about it as much as they should because the visuals in that episode are great, and the last like 10, 15, 20 seconds of speaking, especially the UK dub, I really like. I mean, that's like stuff that resonates with you for life. Alright, let's talk some Hit era underrated episodes. Respect for Gordon is definitely underrated. I mean, I'll tell you why. It is the only episode in the whole Hit era that I can remember where the whole 3 strikes formula actually works and is very justified within the episode. So, I mean, that one's pretty good. I'm trying to think, season 8. I think Thomas Saves the Day is really underrated. It's not horrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's good, I think. And then I had to bring this one up eventually, but I think the UK dub of Heave Ho Thomas is very underrated. I mean, it just shows you how talented like Angelus was as a narrator, how good he was. I mean, when you do a better American accent than the American narrator, you know you're doing something right. Alright, next question is, what's your favorite Thomas song? I would do one from like the classic era. I mean, the Snow Song is my second favorite song, but my favorite song is Next question comes from someone on Twitter. I put your username. It says, why did my dad leave me? I can't help you with that one, Chief. I don't know. I don't even know if he did, so can't answer that one. Next question. Favorite thing to put in a sandwich? Interesting. I mean, if it's like a sweet sandwich, I mean, I'd go Nutella or like strawberry jam or something. But if it's like a sandwich where you actually have to have like some sort of protein in it, I'd probably go ham and cheese. But that's just my preferences. Number 18. The next question is, what do you collect? Good question. I collect a lot of Tomy, a lot of Trackmaster, and a lot of the new motorized stuff. I have a bunch of Tomy Track. I have a bunch of Trackmaster classic track, and I have a whole bunch of engines. And I'm still looking for more. Surprise, surprise. Next question is, do you collect DVDs? Not really. I mean, if they're like $1, I might pick it up if it has good episodes. I currently have 8 or 9 DVDs. I'll put the link to my DVD collection up in the description or up here in one of these little cards. But DVDs aren't really a priority for me. Favorite merchandise line and your favorite product from that line? That's the next question. It's a two-parter. My favorite merch line currently that I own is the Tomy or Trackmaster stuff. I could make a case for Wooden Railway being one of the best. You know, you could also make a case for all those older ones. But for me, it has to be Tomy and Trackmaster. And then as for my favorite product from that line, well, product that I own at the moment, I don't know. I think Duck is a good one. I think Lady is another really good one. Yes, I have 2 ladies. Take that. And then products that I don't have. I think some of the new Playground engines are actually kind of nice. The way they redid the talking engines is nice. The 2-speed engines they did are really nice. I want to get one of those. The Shooting Star or the Thomas Streamlined are really nice. Next question. Why is Shooting Star Gordon your profile picture? Because I needed another profile picture, and I saw that picture and I just thought, might as well. Because I'd had Sleepy Time Thomas for about 2 months and I was kind of getting bored of it. I didn't get enough retweets on the Thomas and the Snowflake in front of his face picture. And yeah, I think that's pretty much why that's my profile picture. Next question. Opinion on Speedy Skip. I've never spoken to him. I've never interacted with him. I haven't seen really any of his tweets. So I don't really have much of an opinion. I do like Cool Beans Railway though. That's a fun game to play on Roblox. But I do have my issues with that game. Not necessarily about the game, but that's a whole subject for a whole other video. Next question. Opinion on Season 21. I haven't seen all of it, to be honest, so I can't give you a full opinion. What I've seen, I actually like. The Diesel episodes are pretty nice. New Crane on the Dock was pretty clever. I haven't seen any of it in a couple weeks, though, so I probably should have in order to prepare for this video, but I would have been smart. And before you ask me, I'm probably never watching a Shed for Edward. Good. Okay. These next few are going to be like X or Y kind of questions, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Next question is, red or pink? If you're referring to Rosie, I think Red Rosie works a lot better than pink. I don't know why, it's just a personal thing. I like her design in the like dark pink / red color more than the pink itself. Although I did witness the pink when it first aired on TV. As for clothing wise, I don't know if that's what you meant. But I mean, I've been told I look good in red. My school has a red color. So, I mean, I'll go red on this one. Next question. James or Rosie? If you're referring to which is a better red engine, I mean, I really want to say Rosie, but James is the splendid red engine. So, it's going to have to be James on that one. Although I don't think he remembers how to, like, stop. You know? Okay, next question. I think this is the last question. Mavis or Daisy? That's a good question because their portrayals are really good. I mean, Mavis is like that strong, independent female character, or was. Can we get a rip in the comments for Mavis, who hasn't appeared since like season 21? Can we get a rip in the chat? Thank you. Yeah, Mavis is a good character, but Daisy's also really well developed. I mean, in the classic era, she was just snobby, but it looks like they just built on her, like, I don't know, 10 minutes of screen time and just made it so much better in CGI. I mean, in CGI, she's absolutely great. And, I mean, they both have really good themes. I would have to prefer Daisy's a bit, though. It's just more, I don't know, it's just more of a jam, you know? But, ooh, that one's a really tough question. I mean, I can't decide on this one. Comment down below who you prefer, you guys. I'll let you guys do the deciding on this one. Mavis or Daisy. So that's all the questions I got for this 50 subscriber Q&A. I hope this is what you guys were looking for. I hope you guys got to get your questions answered. And before I end this video, I'm just gonna say, yes, I will keep making more videos. I'm not going away or anything. You will continue to get 2 to 3 videos a week. I am currently working on another remake, but that'll probably come out next week. I'm currently aiming for next week. If you guys need voice actors, let me know. I mean, I'll do voices for you. Hello, Lily. There you go. Just let me know if you guys want voices. I'll do voices on... What else did I have to share? I think that was it. So, yep. Thank you all for sending me questions, and thank you all for sitting through me rambling for 20 minutes. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and click that like button, and go ahead and click subscribe if you aren't already, to get more videos like this. If we get to 100 subs, I'll do a Magic Railroad review, and I'll do a video about my history with Thomas. Those are going to be for 100 subs if we can get there before... Let's try to get there before Christmas, and I'll do those videos. Sound good? Alright. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.